Hello again, YouTube, and welcome back to Sakura Alien 2. My name is MS-Punk1, and last video we had to explain this whole situation about Professor Sakai said to Enna, and I think she took it quite good actually overall. But we still need to figure something out here to protect everyone. So how will that go? I mean to meet up with Hiyori on campus the following day to talk recent events through with her, but I'm left disappointed. Hiyori isn't waiting for me outside my apartment, as she usually does in the morning, and though I hang around in the astronomy club during both lunch and the evening, she doesn't put in a presence. I guess she didn't turn up. I sent Hiyori a few text messages inquiring as to her whereabouts, but I don't receive any reply from her. I tried calling her too, but my call goes similarly unanswered. Left with no alternative, I'm not wanting to barge in on her unannounced. Trud girl back to my apartment, none the wiser about how I should proceed. It's strange. I'm amused as I try to sleep that night that Hiyori would refuse to show up on campus despite our serious discussion the day prior. It's not like Hiyori to take time off anyway, but it seems especially strange now. She must know that I want to talk to her, the Enna situation. I made that pretty plain. Maybe she got sick on particularly poorly timed moment, or maybe she had some sort of argument with her parents. She did say she had to meet with them yesterday, and that their meeting was unannounced. Did they have something alarming to share with her? It's a possibility, but I can neither confirm nor deny it without Hiyori's input. I'm left in the dark. I hope to see Hiyori the following day, both to ask for advice and to see how she is, but again, she doesn't show up. I send her more text and try to call her a few more times, but I'm not met with any success. It's like Hiyori is falling clean off the face of the earth. By the third day of Hiyori's absence, I'm starting to get seriously worried about her. I'm so worried, in fact I head over to her place once I had my fill of waiting around in the astronomy club room, hoping she'd swing by. I stand on her doorstep and knock on her door, but she doesn't answer. The curtains by the windows are drawn. All the lights are out. It doesn't look like there's anybody home. Is she even there? I have no idea. What in the world happened to Hiyori during her parents' visit? They didn't force her to leave Tokyo, did they? Something cataclysmic must have happened. Something so intense Hiyori had to abscond on a short notice without informing me or Anna. Maybe her father lost his job, or maybe there was a death in the family. It seemed fairly likely, but I don't know for certain. Not know anything for certain. Sorry about the cough. The days trickle by, and still I see no sign of Hiyori. The deadline Professor Sakai gave me, meanwhile, creeps closer and closer still. She wants me to confide in her all of Anna's secrets. If I refuse to comply, she'll get me expelled. I hope to formulate some plan of an attack with Hiyori, but that's fallen by the wayside. I just hope Sakai hasn't done anything to Hiyori, so she can't help me. Now I have no idea what to do. I put up a display of bravado and consoling Anna, but it's fast crumbling around me. I don't think I ever felt more helpless. Why even that cat is the same picture? A full week passes before I know it, and still I've been unable to contact Hiyori. I tried to call her that Monday morning, but my call went unanswered, much like all my other calls throughout the week. In despair, I throw my cell phone upon the tatami floor and groan. It's no good. What am I going to do now? It is a disaster. I wish I had more time to think things through. I grit my teeth together. But there isn't any time. I used it all up. Now what am I supposed to do? Emma sides me up. Her expression anxious. Generally she intertwines one arm through me. Gently she does it. Then peers at me from beneath her eyelashes. I look away from Anna, embarrassed by my own outburst, and squeezes my arm, my eyelids shut. My nerves feel so disordered that it takes a little while for me to regain my self-control. I inhale sharply, my fingers curled into fists, then, upon speaking, force my voice into some semblance of calm. I'm fine, I guess. I should have expected this much, given the events of the last week. I'm sorry for losing my temper like that, Anna. You shouldn't have to see me like this. It isn't very cool, especially not when I said I look after you. That's right. I squeeze this painful truth from my lips, like a dying breath. I don't want to admit to this, but it should be fairly apparent to Anna already. If I had been able to contact Yuri, I wouldn't have thrown my phone down on the floor like that. I wouldn't have had any cause to. She's not picking up, no matter how many times I call her. And she doesn't answer the door when I head over to her place. She's not shown up at university since the day her parents came over for a surprise visit either. If she replied to my messages, I wouldn't be so worried about her. But as it is, I frown. I'm afraid something bad might have happened. That's right. I run a hand through my hair if it is already messy, distracted. You don't need to remind me about it. I've been thinking about that ever since I woke up. Well, yeah, you're not wrong. I've not done much at all, despite all my posturing. I feel like I've been running around this last week like a chicken with its head cut off. I've got nothing figured out. I must seem really pathetic, huh? Well, yeah, I don't want to be expelled, but what choice do I have? Can't betray you, Anna. Not after I promised you to be there for you. That wouldn't be right. I patted Anna's head last week when she was fearful about her future. But now the tables have turned. Anna shifts closer to me and rests her own palm upon the crown of my head. She pats it gently and with a smile she says, Anna? I look at my alien companion, abashed in the face of her self-assumed certainty. You don't mean to turn yourself into Professor Sakai, do you? But if Professor Sakai learns that you're an alien, you could be in real trouble. She might haul you to a facility and perform all sorts of operations on you. I don't want you getting cut open for my sake. Anna grins. Fine, you say? I frown. Having Anna return to her home planet, and that sounds like a superior fate over being sliced apart in the name of science, I suppose. But I can't say I like that very much either. How can you say that when I know how much you dislike your home planet? You yourself said that you don't want to go back. I can't make you change your mind on this. Smiling, Anna rises to her feet when they glance at me. This might be Professor Sakai's lucky day, but I never felt more unfortunate than that. I don't want Anna to turn herself in, and I definitely don't want to say goodbye to her. I miss her a good deal, but negotiations are no longer possible. Not when Anna's really so indomitable. Talking her down would be impossible, even for somebody with A-rank charisma. In the end, I have no choice but to accept her wishes. I don't want to disrespect her decision, nor call her love into question. She's doing this because she cares about me from the bottom of her heart. That at least is something I can be thankful about. Though my own heart feels like it's being squeezed in a vice. I inhale, trying to calm myself, and look to Anna. Our eyes meet. Hastily, I reach to take her hand and let her hold haul me to my feet. Then I smile. Alright then. I can't say I approve of your plan, but if that's what you want, I support you. I'm not going to trample on your efforts. I just wish... Just wish there was more I could have done. I'm sorry for disappointing you, Anna. I really am. Anna smiles. That's how Professor Sakai greets Anna and I when we step into her office later that morning. Professor Sakai is dressed much as she usually is, in her grey sweater and a dark tight skirt. She reclines upon her chair, with one leg folded over the other, and surveys us coyly through her half-lidded eyes. She looks every bit as attractive as I remember, but this only serves to make my stomach squirm. I can still recall the sensation of her lips against mine, how very soft and supple they were. I wonder if Professor Sakai recalls it too. If she does, she doesn't comment upon it. For once, her face isn't red. She looks as cool as a cucumber. I only wish I could be as composed as she is. Professor Sakai's eyes roam over me, hard as stones. Here, Professor Sakai recrosses her legs. She rests her hand upon her lap. Her her pantyhose stretched fought over the ridges of her knees and says, you haven't actually even explained why you wanna know. It's just a astronomy club. I'm not. I begin for want of anything else to say, but Anna interjects. She rests one hand on my shoulder, signaling for me to be silent, and shakes her head. Professor Sakai blinks. Anna spits out Professor Sakai's title with no small amount of vertol. It's unusual hearing Anna sound so embittered, and it takes me by surprise. Then I never loses her temper. Professor Sakai really must grind her gears. Anna begins, but she is unable to finish. Her words are swallowed by a loud slam, which couldn't have come at a more perfect time. It echoes through Professor Sakai's office, so the professor and I all jump. We look to the doorway from whence this commotion came, and I'm met with an unexpected sight. Yori is standing in the entrance of Professor Sakai's office, stopped over. One of her arms is outstretched, her fingers splayed while her other is clenched at her front. Her face is flushed, presumed from exertion of running, and her hair looks rumpled. The hem of Hiyori's coat billows around her skirt, which further adds to the drama of the scene. It looks almost like a short from a movie. Hiyori? I stare at her so startled, although All thoughts about Anna's confession have been driven clean out of my head. This is the first time I've seen Hiyori in a whole week. I called her dozens of times, but she never picked up, and she didn't seem to be there when I stopped by her house. I lost any hope of seeing her before speaking to Professor Sakai, but now I've been proven wrong. Hiyori didn't abandon me. She hasn't disappeared. She's here now, and it looks like she has something of a great importance to say. What could it be? I have a lot I want to ask Hiyori. What happened to you, being chief among them? But for the present, all I can manage is confused. What are you talking about? Hiyori's eyes softens when she looks at me. Her chest rises and falls with the effort of inhaling, and her lips curve into a frown. That's right. Anna was about to tell her everything. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Hiyori stares at Professor Sakai, her expression one of desperation as she cries. Whisper. Silence descends following Hiyori's incredible, seemingly impossible announcement. I stare at her slack yard as do Anna and Professor Sakai. I don't think any of this expected this. Any of this, I don't think any of us expected this. Professor Sakai is the first to speak up. She crosses one slender leg over the other and with narrowed eyes says, Professor Sakai pats a vacant chair by the desk, beside the one upon which I'm sitting. Hiyori bows her head in thanks when enters. Professor Sakai is in Professor Sakai's office. She closes the door behind her with a thud and takes a seat, removing her coat and hanging it over the back of a chair. Hiyori then adjusts her skirt with which are rumpled. and rearranges her hair. Now looking neat and presentable, Hiyori inhales. She rests a hand upon her chest like actors do while accepting awards on glittery TV shows. Then she begins. Here Hiyori makes a question marks with her fingers. Hiyori? I look at my Hiyori, baffled. I've known Hiyori for almost a year. You know, we're not childhood friends, not by any metric, but Hiyori has told me I'm one of her closest companions, if not the closest. I thought I knew Hiyori as well as it was possible to know somebody else. But now I can see this was nothing more than wishful thinking. There's far more to her than meets the eye. Hiyori did tell me on several occasions that she thought she was an alien, but I laid these claims aside. Hiyori looks so ordinary, what with her brown hair and her brown eyes. I thought it was impossible these proclamations utterly outlandish. I didn't believe her. Now it looks like I've been proven wrong. Maybe I should have had more faith in her. She wasn't crazy after all. This really is a lot to swallow, but Hiyori sounds so assured I can't disbelieve her. I've never seen her more serious. I think she's telling the truth. There is one thing I'm curious about though. Did your parents tell you all this? Hiyori nods. He only smiles somewhat bitterly. Yuri grits her teeth together, the fingers curled tight about the pelts of her skirt. Here Professor Sakai raises an eyebrow. What? Silence settles about Professor Sakai's office, colder and deeper than that of a snowfall following a storm. Professor Sakai looks at Hiyori, her lips pursed and her arms crossed. The clock upon Professor Sakai's wall continues to tick away with the time, the second hand advancing about its circular face, little a whale. Nothing happens. Nothing until after what seems a small eternity. Professor Sakai nods. Professor Sakai no alone sighs. Okay, I'm not sure. I'll try to pronounce that even in my head. Yuri grips the front of her sweater with her right hand, fingers curling against the soft fabric. Yuri grips the necklace of her neckline of her sweater in one hand and pulls it down to reveal her cleavage. The chest is pushed together only to the position of her arms, but this isn't enough to hide, I guess, the key point of interest positioned above her right breast. I stare at it as just alone. Alone exhales, a voice soft with wonder. Yuri showed that birthmark to me once too. No, not so very long ago. It was because of that mark that Yuri was convinced from a young age that he was an extraterrestrial, an alien. I knew aliens existed by that point, having already met Anna, but I wasn't prepared to count Yuri among their ranks. I didn't think much of her birthmark. I remember telling her as such too. I tried to be gentle about it, but my response boiled down to, I think you're taking this too seriously. Now I can see I wasn't taking Hiyori's claim seriously enough. If her story is to be believed, then she really is an alien, and not just any alien. Like Anna, she's a princess. This episode reveals one after the other is enough to leave me reeling, and I'm not the only one. Alone too looks stunned at this revelation. But being older than I and more experienced, she is able to regain her composure. Alone shakes her head. Eh? Alone rises from her chair and takes Hiyori's hands in her own. Alone's eyes, meanwhile, are wide and all compassing? Whatever. She's staring at Hiyori in almost slavish awe and admiration. Okay, so I guess alone, or the Sakai is like maybe her aunt or something. Alone smiles fondly, her fingers still linked to the Fioris. Alone's expression darkens. Yoru blinks. Alone's fingers tighten about Hiyori's. But I think I actually have to end this video here, so because I'm starting to get out of time for it. But I hope you liked it, and if you did, so leave a like to it as usual, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!